So in our previous session, we saw a few things about ether channels, and we said we have at least two different types of ether channel. The dynamic ones, we have two different ways of forming ether channel. For the dynamic approach, we have LACP and PAGP, and we mentioned that LACP is coming from IEEE, which is industry standard. And then we have Cisco's version of that, which is this, but they are all the idea, the topic is still ether channel, or sometimes you hear port channel. Ether channel is a concept of aggregating ports together. And once you aggregate them, it becomes a port channel. They are just the same thing, but different angles. And so we said that in order for them to form that kind of grouping, you need to make sure that each part of the link is in a particular mode. And so if we go in with, you cannot mix the protocols. If we go in with LACP, the only thing we could do is active and passive. And so if we're doing active on one side, we have to do active or passive on one side. If we're doing passive on one side, we only can do active on the other side because passive will not work out. And so the idea behind ether channel is just that you have to make sure that the protocols are the same, but also you need to look at the combination. So active is just that guy who is open to communicate and wants to negotiate. So basically you have the two friends, and then one of them is the guy who likes talking, which is the active guy, and the other guy who will only talk when somebody talks to them because they're shy, which is the passive guy. And so with the active passive, definitely if the active is the guy who likes talking, definitely there'll be a conversation, and so they'll be able to form part of the channel group or the pod channel. And also if we have the two of them being active because they all like talking, they'll be able to communicate. Another thing that we spoke about was that with ether channels, when you have the PAGP, which is the Cisco's version, if one side is desirable, it's just like that side being active. And so we can mix desirable with another desirable, which is like saying two people who like talking and they'll be able to communicate because they will all want to form some kind of communication. And we also have a situation where you have desirable and auto. So auto is just like the passive, where that person is shy and only will talk if this person initiates a conversation. And so that person will respond. And so it's either desirable, auto. That's the only combination that can work on the PAGP. Another thing that we mentioned was that it is not possible to mix the two protocols. So you cannot mix desirable with maybe active, or desirable with maybe say passive. You can only do the same protocols.